Hey everyone, Camden here with the Ranking Ball preview show for March 6, 2019. Let's go. Top three, we have Milwaukee, Toronto, Indiana. Milwaukee has clinched a playoff spot at the X. For the Western Conference, Golden State, Denver, and Houston are in the top three. Phoenix has already been eliminated from the playoffs. They have no chance of making it this year. Here are last night's scores. We have the Pacers over the Bulls, 76ers over the Magic, Rockets over the Raptors, Grizzlies over the Blazers, Wolves over the Thunder, and a surprising win when the Celtics beat the Warriors in their home turf. Tonight's matchups, we got Heat at Hornets, Wolves at Pistons, Mavs at Wizards, Spurs at Hawks, Cavs at Nets, 76ers at Bulls, Jazz at Pelicans, Knicks at Suns, Celtics at Kings, and Nuggets at the Lakers. Here's your sports news. In the NBA, Kyle Kuzma could miss up to a week of play after spraining his ankle against the Clippers the other night. In the NFL, Giant safety Landon Collins will not have the franchise tag placed on him, making him a free agent. And lots of speculation still in the air as the rookie NFL coach Cliff Kingsbury for the Cardinals does not know who he still wants to pick for the #1 overall draft. There's some speculation that he does not want to draft a QB like Kyler Murray, who is the only good QB going into this draft. So there is speculation that he might trade that #1 spot for something else, for players from another team. We'll have to see. The draft is coming up soon. Tonight's featured match is the Miami Heat versus the Charlotte Hornets. That is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Here are your injuries. Goran Dragic is out. He recently played against the Golden State Warriors, but he is out again for some ankle problems. The Hornets have no injured players going for tonight. Here are your previous game starters. You had Olynyk, Winslow, Adebayo, Richardson, and Waiters. For the Hornets and when the Hornets played the Trailblazers, they had Williams, Batum, Bridges, Zeller, and Walker. Here are possible starters for tonight. Looks like the same lineup will be happening again tonight. Here I have your highest fantasy point earners for the season. You see the Hassan Whiteside is #1 for the Heat, but I will explain later on that the big man Hassan Whiteside has not been playing very well. He hasn't played the past couple of days, and when he has played, he's just come off the bench. So I'm going to go into it later. So he's not somebody who's going to be featured in my top 16. For the Hornets, top players, you have Kemba Walker, Jeremy Lamb, picking up the 2 top spots. Now, winning 16 by 48. This is who I think you should be drafting for tonight. But little disclaimer with this list for tonight is that the fantasy points by 48 does not reflect how my board is going to be going tonight. There are, for the past couple of games, there have been some changes, some other key players who have stepped up to the plate, so to say, who will be taking over the top spots and who are getting more fantasy points the past recent 2 or 3 games compared to the rest of the season. What I'm showing you now is for the season. Like I had to already take out I had to take out Hassan Whiteside because he hasn't been playing up to par lately, and so he's not even on the list. Other key notes here: Frank Kaminsky, he has been playing well off the bench these past couple of days. So don't forget, it says that he is just a 0.1 points per 48, but past couple of days says otherwise. He has been earning a lot more fantasy points compared to his season average. Here's a time when I ask you to kind of pause the video, look over some stats that will help you for tonight. I provide this for you. A lot of stats that I get from are from basketballreference.com or nbastats.com. Those are really good sites too, especially if you're a fantasy, not only ranking ball fantasy player, but other fantasy sites, or you are playing other versions of fantasy or just sports betting in general. Those are good options to look into for your advantage. Notice in the past 5 games, Heat are 3-2, Hornets are 1-4. Some key differences, some key advantage from players. You got Heat have gotten more points than the Hornets. They've been making more field goals with less attempts, and they're shooting a higher field goal percentage compared to the Hornets. So their reflection in that, you can see the Hornets are just 1-4. Heat are 3-2. They're doing pretty good since losing to the Suns the other day at home. And they really think the Heat are kind of unlike LeBron James's Lakers. They are putting the Heat on to make it to the playoffs. I think it'd be good to send off Heat for the Heat to send off Dwayne Wade into the playoffs. Let him have one more dance, one more playoffs. Should be good for him. Here's my draft board. The way I went into it, you'll notice that Kyle Olynyk and Josh Richardson have been performing the best for the Heat lately. That's why they're taking the top 2 spots for the Heat in my main line, going along also with Jeremy Lamb and Kemba Walker. Now, a lot of the fantasy points, season points aren't reflective of this team. There's been a lot of changes with both teams, and there has been experimentation. So both teams, they're out there. They're like fighting for both these teams are fighting for like 8th place, the last position in the playoffs. So things are coming and going. Things are changing between both teams. So that's why things don't really reflect in the my top 16. You'll notice, so my main line, I'm going with the best players with the team. I went, 2 outside, 2 inside with this line. With my other line, Batum, Kaminsky, Winslow, and Wade. So Kaminsky is coming off the bench. Wade's coming off the bench. They're both doing really good off the bench these past couple of days. So I'm going to mix it up this way with 2 bench players to even out that line, with Winslow and Batum taking those other 2 spots. The other players that are surrounding is a hodgepodge. It's a toss up. There really is no rhyme or reason how or why I did that. I just kind of mostly put the better players on the right side with the other good players, and the worst players on the bad side with the other worst performing players. So that's how I went into it. Like I said, not taking Whiteside off the bench, not playing good. And so that's my opinion going into tonight's ranking ball match. So I just want to thank everybody for watching tonight's ranking ball preview show. Don't forget to find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Telegram, and everywhere else on social media. We also have our IEO going on at coinbene.com. Check that out for information about how to buy RBG that you can use to play on rankingball.com. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Try to get to them. You can also ask questions on our Telegram, and I will get to you later. So thanks for watching. Bye.